So, Chodesh Tov, and this is a very important month, as I'm sure you've heard many times. And the thing that's most important about it is it's connected to something that happened to us long ago that we definitely want to do a tikkun for. We want to fix this once and for all, permanently, that's it. So the thing that I'm referring to is a parsha, I think we read it not this Shabbat, but the one before, about the spies and when they came into the land and how there were 12 of them, and I mean, you know the story. Anyway, but 10 of them, everybody, this is the thing I read about in Midrash, at all places, they told the truth. It wasn't like they were lying, but the way they said it turned truth into a kind of a lie so that we wouldn't see the beauty of the land. Except for Caleb and Joshua, who said, it's true, but we can do it. With Hashem, we can do it. That was the difference. And that is the difference right now, too. Because it is a very hard place. I'm sure you noticed. It has tremendous challenges, kind of like giants. Like the way that people, that our people saw the land, that it was beautiful, incredibly beautiful, and the fruit is so amazing. Like this year, I don't know if you've noticed, the fruit this year, maybe from the rain, probably just from Hashem's blessings, but there's been more fruit than I've ever seen on the trees. Anyone who has fruit trees, you probably have seen this yourself. And I've also talked to farmers, and they tell me the same thing. Like, I've been farming for 50 years, and I never saw a harvest like this. So that is such a blessing. Like, it's a quiet blessing to let us know that we are the ones who bring the fruitfulness. But we have our job to do. So the thing that happened with the spies and is connected to this month is about the way they saw things, the perceiving it. Yeah, and the next part next month is about hearing it, but between seeing and hearing is speaking. So when we get an idea in our mind, we don't have to actually say it immediately. Just because you got something in your head doesn't mean you have to pass that on. Like, you have to always put a guard there to say, is this something worthy? Like, is this really something that I should put in the world? Because every time that we speak, that we move our beautiful organ called the tongue, energy goes out into the world. Whether it's negative energy or positive energy. Like, just like Balaam, the prophet Balaam was everything possible, and he wanted to curse us, because everyone knew that if he was able to curse us, that curse would follow us forever. But he himself realized that he can't say anything. Whoa. That was very traumatic. Unless Hashem gave him those words to say, and the blessings that came out of what should have been a curse are the ones we say today. It's the same thing, the same words. So our words are what makes the difference. Right now is the most powerful time that we have. We really have, I mean, we can't stop wars, we can't stop fighting, we can't stop death, we can't stop injury. There's very little that we can do physically in that way, but we can put an energy around it that is like a shield of protection. And that energy is to be using this beautiful muscle in your mouth for good, for blessing, for singing, for helping other people, for encouraging, for inspiring, for all those things. And it starts with your thoughts and your perception, which is this month. Like, the way you see something, that's the way you're going to say it. But the thing is, you have to think just for a second, like, is this worth saying? Like, should I really open my mouth and just say anything that comes through my head and that other people have told me? Because how do you know? How do you know that actually the way you perceive things is true? And so you have to step back and look at something before you speak, and let your wisdom guide you as to, is this going to help the world or another person or even myself or not? And if it's not, really, at least for this month, like try to keep it in your mind to really work on this one thing, because it's so automatic to speak and to say things and to maybe make a joke or mock someone or exaggerate things. This is so common, it's human, but Hashem is raising us. He wants us to be raised to another level. And the only thing that we really have any power of right now is our speech. Seriously. And what is speech? It's communication. And as far as I know, human beings are the only part of creation that actually has this gift. Like, you can hear the birds singing and animals howling and doing what they do, but it's not the same kind of speech and communication like a human being. And so it's a very precious gift, and we really have to know, how can I use this in the most wise way? Okay, so on the negative side, there's the thing called Lashon Hara, which I'm sure everyone has heard about. There's many, many, many laws. The Chofetz Chaim, he wrote a whole book about it. If anybody really wants to get into that part, like, pick it up and read it. It's a very intense book, but it's true. It's just that, you know, like, to put into practical ways, you have to kind of narrow it down here. So that's what I think anyway. So the thing that it defines Lashon Hara is to say something that could cause harm to another person. That's the classic definition of Lashon Hara. Like, even if you're like joking or you're teasing or something like that, if you think for a minute, when I say that, okay, it doesn't bother me, but maybe it bothers someone else. Maybe they're going to feel bad. Maybe they're going to say, oh, you know, like I'm ugly, or I don't know, whatever. And we don't want to do that, especially now. We have to build each other up. We have to create, again, the unity that we had for one moment when we stood on Har Sinai, and it describes grammatically that we were one people with one heart. One, that's it, one. From that moment on, we haven't actually been one on that level. But that's what we have to get back to. And this power that we have for blessing, for singing, for bringing good energy into the world, for inspiring other people, and really, don't forget yourself. Like, speak well about yourself too. Don't, like, all our life that I remember from being a little girl, it's always like, you're too this, or you're not enough this, or something. And after a while, you believe that. You really do believe it. And it's like, that's not true. Like, you're a princess. Your father is the king of the whole universe. And not to mention the creator and everything else. And so, stand up and, like, be an example to the world, because the world never takes its eyes off of Israel, that's for sure. And the one thing that really ruins anything that we have is when we fight with each other, when we hurt each other, when we say bad words to each other. All those things are ruining everything that Hashem is trying to set up. So don't be an obstacle. Like, be useful, be helpful. Okay, so first of all, in the Lashon Hara department, what happens when that happens? Okay, the first one that I heard of, and I don't think there was one before that, was the snake in the garden, that he spoke to Chava, and he said not true things about Hashem. Can you imagine? He actually spoke Lashon Hara to the creator of everything. That wasn't going to be good. And so the whole thing that revolved from there is all the way down, echoes all the way down to us right now. That's one thing. And then, of course, there's what other things happen. Well, there's Miriam. You know, Miriam and Aaron were saying something about Moshe that wasn't the best. And immediately she got, like, what they could describe as leprosy, whatever that really is, but it isn't wonderful. And the other thing, which you should always keep in mind with things, anything that's happens in a health way to another person is when Miriam repented and she said, I'm sorry, whatever, and she apologized, that wasn't enough. Moshe had to step in and say, El na rafanala, like, please, I'm asking you to heal her. So if you have a friend, anybody that you know who's suffering or not feeling good or whatever the thing is, it's really important that you lift them up to the heavenly world. Not just themselves, but you. And that also joins us beautifully. And then there's Joseph and his brothers. I mean, it goes on and on. But every time that there is a mention of such a terrible thing, everything falls like crazy. And the spies, which I just spoke about, because they came back and they had unfortunately a horrible ending, but everyone of that generation, the men all had to die before we could come in. So 40 years we wandered because what was that? Don't ask. Okay, I won't ask. Whatever. Okay. Anyway, this is very high stuff here. Okay, so anyway, we had to wait 40 years, and we were in the desert all that time, and the whole story, every one of our stories, we had such high places, but it all went shooting down as soon as we said something bad about another person, or the worst thing is to say something bad about Israel. It's like you never, no matter what happens in your life, you never want to ever say anything bad about this land. This is Hashem's special treasure house, which he has hidden all kinds of treasures in this land here, and he really does not, he doesn't go for that one. So remember that. Okay. So what can you do? How can you improve things? That's the important thing. Okay, so I think first of all to keep in mind that the world was actually created through the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. When Hashem created this world, but he didn't just, according to the Midrashim, he didn't just say the letters. He sang the letters. He sang those 22 letters, and every single thing that you see in your world and in the world at all came into being from the energy of those 22 letters that he sang in some mystical melody that, I don't know, that I hope one day we'll know. But at the moment it's mystery. And so when we sing, it takes it even to a higher level. Like we're going to sing Hallel, right? And that takes those beautiful words. Every letter has energies. You put them together, they create new worlds. They create directions. They create actions in this world. So the written word is one thing. When you speak it, you're putting it out into this world. And Hashem, this is his world. That's the thing that I think the world doesn't realize right now. Every country is Hashem's world. And he designated certain places for certain people. And that's great. But he designated one for us. And that's what the people don't seem to understand. They think that anybody can just take anything they want. But if it belongs to someone else, that's completely stealing. And this world belongs to Hashem. It doesn't belong to anyone else. And so that's why they'll never get rid of us. Because we're here permanently and eternally, but we have to do our part. So I want to use this month, and I want to encourage all of you to use this month to lift up your level, whatever level you're on, even if you're the greatest tzaddikus in the world, you can go up another level. And doing that will put amazing secret energy into this world of love that will heal this world through using your words for good. Okay, so you can sing. That's one thing. The other thing is when you greet another person, like you're walking down the road, don't just be in your own world all the time. Like you see somebody else, maybe it's your neighbor, maybe you haven't even spoken to them for 20 years, It's like, oh, wow, I'm so happy to see you. What a beautiful day. And, I really love that color. And not to lie, of course. You have to really mean it when you say it. but find something good in another person and bring it out to them. Make them feel good. You can't imagine how that's going to echo and reverberate through the entire day, because maybe
when you haven't seen him for 30 days, you say special and that is really when you do that all the time. It's amazing.
from 30 days it can be 20 years as well. Like 20 years if you haven't seen them in 20 years.
30 days. If you haven't seen someone a year, you say
Say what?
yeah, me too.
Oh, wow. Okay. Right.
אבל גם 30 יום, even though, Leah, you say even you didn't see for 30 days too.
I say it after 30 days as well.
You can walk in front of the camera.
Anyway, okay, so, and also yourself. I really feel this is where I see a lot of people that I meet a lot of people, and I see that one of the reasons why they're so dejected and so afraid is they do not feel they have any value. They really don't feel they have any value. All their life they've been told they're worth nothing, and they believe it. And we just really have to change that. It's like every person here was born for a purpose. You were created. Must have been an amazing amount of thought to go into each person with their personality, with their color of their eyes, with their purpose in life, all these things. And we're so special, everyone. We have to look at each other. We are a family, and we have to act like that to each other. So for this month, make sure that you say hello or some greeting to 3 people that you normally would just pass by. Okay, that's the deal for this month. And see, really notice, does it make a difference? Like, is this person, like in the future, acting towards me in a different way as well? Maybe they see my little child struggling with something, and they normally would just ignore it, and they run up and pick up something and help her. And so it goes around, because love is uncontainable. It's eternal. And it's what this world was really built on. So let's get back to that and start with yourself, and then your family, your children, your husband, your sisters, your mother, whoever. Even if they're not in this world, like thank Hashem that these were your parents. Thank Hashem for everything. That's another way of using these words, is in thankfulness, and of course in prayer. Because every time we say a prayer, we're taking these words, these beautiful, amazing energy words, and creating, I don't even know what, in this world. That's all for the good. Plus your own prayers, not just the prayers that are written, which are amazing, but also your own, from your heart. Like Rebbe Nachman always, encouraged everyone to do. Go out in the field, talk, next to a tree, I don't know, but pour out your own heart. Don't keep it all in. And the other way to use speech is thinking. Think good thoughts. Like we can't really stop completely the flow of thoughts, and some thoughts are not so wonderful. You can let them go on down the river. But the thoughts that come to you that are really good, or they're exciting, or they're inspiring, meditate on them a little bit. Another way that words can come to us and they manifest is in dreams. Like we have dreams, and sometimes the dreams are actual messages. Like maybe they're not only for you. Pass on those things to other people. In other words, let's help each other. That's the main. Okay, so that's the spiritual thing. Now, believe it or not, your tongue in your mouth actually has other purposes. It actually does a lot of things. First of all, there's a whole world, shita, I guess that's the word, of in Chinese medicine and in Ayurvedic medicine that's connected with the tongue. It's called tongue diagnosis. And you can look at a person's tongue and you can see really what's going on. Now, you're not necessarily trained in that, but you can look at your own tongue seriously.
You want me to take them?
And you can see what.
Want me to pass them out?
Yes. Here. You take one side.
Take a picture of it on your phone. Yeah, will you take one?
No, I don't need that. Okay, so this is what they found out, how the tongue is telling you that what is going on in your internal organs. So, I didn't have a million of them, but I had 4 mirrors. And you can kind of look. Wait, I'll start right here. Oh wait, I only have 3. Was there another one? Yes, there is. Okay. That could have been exciting. That could have been very exciting. All right, and here. Look at your tongue. Look at your tongue, and look at this map, and see, are there cracks there? Look at the color. Look at, are there like different things going on there? And then look at this map and compare them to what part of your body is in need of help. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of enlightening to know that what's really going on in your body without an MRI, without a CAT scan, without an ultrasound, without any other thing, all you have to do is look at your tongue. Now, to tell you the truth, without seeing anybody here, I know that the first thing is just like if you go outside in the sun, like later on in the summer, and you look at mud or something, it's all cracked, right? What does that show you?
You're dehydrated.
Exactly, dehydration. So when you see lines or cracks or splits or something, the first thing you should know, drink more water. You're not drinking enough water. So that's a whole, obviously a whole lesson in itself. Okay, so right. Did it break? Oh no, did it break?
The mirror didn't.
Oh, the mirror didn't, that's right. That's the important part. Okay. Okay, then there's another thing. So you can figure this out yourself and take it home. Look at your kids, look at your husband. You're going to be very surprised what's going on here. And then if you see, oh, it's the kidneys, oh, it's the liver, then you can work on helping those organs. And if you want to, obviously you can, yes.
I have a very silly question. Am I looking at this way or that way?
Well, the tongue, yes. This is the tip of the tongue.
Okay. So I figured.
Right. And if anybody, of course, wants, you can call me and schedule an appointment and we can talk about it. But basically, this will tell you some things. Now, the tongue happens to connect, as you can see, with everything in your entire body. It's the connecting point. It's the merkaz. Okay? And the way it's designed, the way Hashem designed it, is when a baby is born, they're supposed to nurse from their mother. And there's something about not just the wonderful milk, but the sucking, the use of the tongue strengthens this tongue very much. And a baby that did not have a pacifier and was only breastfed, they naturally, it's hard to how to describe this, that your tongue is kind of up by the roof of your mouth. In other words, if you, try this right now. You take the tip of your tongue and behind your front teeth, and like you're going to say the letter T. Okay, now keep your tongue there, and then with the muscle of your tongue, try to put suction on it, like a vacuum, and get it up into the upper palate. Okay, and right, you feel that? Yeah, so that is the way naturally a human being is supposed to keep their tongue. Not necessarily, vacuumed up there, but it's supposed to naturally rest there. And as it rests there, it widens a little bit the place for the teeth. So it prevents crooked teeth and orthodontia, basically. You just don't need it because there's enough room for all the teeth, the wisdom teeth, all of these things that unfortunately they're always taking out. So that's one thing, but yes.
Do you think the child needs to nurse longer for this process to happen?
It should be approximately 18 months, like a year and a half is a good amount. That's when the soft spot, what they call the fontanelle, it closes up. And also, usually, the child at that point has
The teeth are coming in.
these specific teeth.
Oh, the
Canine.
incisors?
What?
Maybe incisors?
Canine.
Canine teeth, that's right. I don't know.
Another question. While they're nursing for that 18 months, do you recommend food then?
Oh, they can eat at the same time. It's just that this is the time when it's just kind of, it doesn't have to be on their birthday of 18 months, but moving towards, like by 2, it should be over. And in the Torah, that was the weaning party of Yitzhak.
Right.
Like he was around that age, and it was just time. Everybody knew it. It's time like you're now a bigger boy or girl, and you're moving on from this wonderful time. Plus, at a certain point, actually it's 8 years, the milk changes, your digestion changes, so that milk has a different effect on you. It's not the wonderful food that it was when you were a little infant, which helped you to grow. But now you're going in a different direction, and it's not really the best thing. So, but that's a whole different discussion. At any rate, when you do that, this is what happens. And naturally, this child will have the muscle in the tongue will be very strong, and it will push this up, which then, believe it or not, affects your entire body, your feet, your spine, your head, every way that you hold yourself, your posture. It affects everything. It affects your breathing. A lot of the sleep apnea is because of the way the tongue is just not strong enough and the mouth closes. And then the person is just breathing through their mouth, which is, unfortunately, it's not a good idea to do that.
Mouth open. You said close. Yeah, the mouth open.
Yeah, the mouth open. The mouth open.
She said it backwards.
It's not good. I mean, you don't want to do it unless you really have to.
It's directly corresponding to heart problems also.
Oh, everything. I'm telling you, it's everything. So it all comes back to your tongue. So I also was thinking, as I recently learned about this, is that maybe also if we say bad things with our tongue, we're actually affecting all of our organs, because the tongue is directly connected to every single organ in your body, and every cell and every ligament and every muscle, everything. Your entire being is depending on this thing that nobody thinks about very much.
And not only your own body, but also the body you say bad things about.
Probably, yes, that's right. So it ricochets off into the world, and you really want to do everything you can to help this wonderful organ, and thank Hashem that you have it, that you have the gift of speech. And people who've had strokes, or they've had Parkinson's, or all kinds of other diseases where their speech is affected, it's so frustrating. I see people, they can't communicate. They can't say what's in their head and in their heart. And this makes life very difficult. So guard your tongue in every way. All right.
Say something about your grandson.
About my grandson?
Yesterday was a Shoshana.
Not yesterday, it was actually Friday they did it. Well, that's when they did it. You want me to say? Oh, okay. Well, I guess because Leah brought it up last month, exactly a month ago now, my holy grandson died in Lebanon. He was killed. So that really, as among all the beautiful soldiers who protect us, allow us to sit here right now in relative peace and security. They give their precious lives. And he was one of these holy neshamas who, maybe he didn't intend that to happen, but he definitely put his life at risk for that very purpose. So
What was his name?
all I can say is that everything is from Hashem. We have to know that. And if we say it, we have to believe it. No matter what happens to you, you have to still believe it. And during this period, like this month, what came to me is like, I heard, in a way, not exactly, but I heard Hashem saying, okay, I've taken away something very precious to you. Do you still love me? Are you still loyal to me? Do you still want to serve me? And yes, I do. I do. I'm here. We signed up on Har Sinai for the adventure. And sometimes hard things are part of the adventure. But we have to be able to meet every challenge and know that there's a wisdom and a knowledge and a future that's beyond our understanding, and we have to trust it. We have to really, really, really know games. We have to trust Hashem, that He has only good in mind for us, and that we will honor those who are not here. But the way I see it is, they're working in another capacity right now. They're in another room. And actually, I had kind of, as I was driving here, I had kind of a vision. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I saw. That there was Gan Eden, and I saw my grandson Negev, and he was standing in front welcoming people. He has different kind of guard. He's a different guard now. He doesn't have to guard against evil. He just has to welcome the good.
Wow.
Amen.
What's his full name?
His name, Negev ben Chava. Shalom. And it's really interesting that on the Shloshim, which they did on Friday, my daughter was speaking, and she said that she got all these calls this month from these young parents who said, we just had a baby boy and we named him Negev. And it was like, wow, his light expanded beyond what he himself could do. And I don't know. I mean, it is a cool name. I gotta admit that. But beyond that, it's like part of his neshama is being carried forth into a good future. I know it's a good future, and we have to prepare for that. That's the main thing we have to do now. We have to prepare for it by spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, and physically doing the very best we can to be an honor to Hashem. That people out there say, oh, wow, the Jews. I heard this is the last thing I'm going to say, but I don't know where I heard this, somewhere. And it was, I think it was in Rome. And there was a man who wasn't Jewish, and he was very interested in the Jews. He saw them, he thought they were very special people, and he heard a lot of holiness, the way they were speaking and everything. And he said, well, you know what, I'm going to follow one of them home and see if he does this at home. And he followed him home, and when he got to the guy's house, the guy started yelling at his neighbor or something. Said, not for me. So the thing is, we're a representative of the creator of the universe. We have to be careful. We're like royalty, and we have to act like it. There's obligations, but there's also rewards, and we have both of them, and we have to stand up and say, we've been through this whole journey, and we're coming to the end. It's clearly we are, but we have to be ready for that, because like I said one time before, these people from the nations, they're going to come, and you have to be ready. So you have to be a holy person, or at least as holy as you can manage. Okay, if anybody with the mirrors, if you could just...
give us lavender. Give us lavender.
The lavender's for you. But the mirrors I want back.
I thought you were going to talk about it or something.
Wow. So everyone, please get us a door. Please wash your cup real fast if you're done with it. And the tzedakah cup needs support. It takes a lot of effort to get all these holy women here. This is literally a 5-day retreat squeezed into a half a day. It takes a lot. Wow.